What is up, guys? Jake from One Hive here with our next cleanup attack video. And once again, it is going to be me on the short end of this stick, not getting the successful attack. You already saw my live attack from this war, and now you're going to get to see the other one. Both of them very close, but not getting the job done. This base had already been hit, so I knew where things were. There was a Tesla in here. There was one in here. Let's see, there was one there. And I think there was one. I think there's one right there. Hard to remember. There was a giant bomb here, one here, and one, I think right here. Again, hard to remember, but anyways, the game plan was this. I dropped down a couple of minions over here to take out these two buildings and then drop my queen in right there with the three healers you see to let her walk down this direction. She's going to take out the Tesla, all of these defenses, eliminate a double giant bomb, or excuse me, eliminate a giant bomb spot, and then continue her walk on around the base. From there, I dropped in a golem and some wizards just to try to clear out all this trash out of the way. Then once that was cleared, my king, and then tried to drop some wall breakers in. As this Tesla popped, though, unfortunately, a wizard went down right as the wall breakers got there, and the king was there basically, but the wall breakers got ahead of him. Had a wall breaker fail, so now the king's on his own. The queen was beating on the golem the whole time, so he goes down. Had to use the king's ability, gets in. Do get the queen taken out, but very little value for what I sent in right here. From there, I send in my hogs, just sort of mass deployment, almost Asian wall style, but more surgical Asian wall, I guess. And then just start dropping my heals down. I'm very liberal with my heals. I got to bring 4 because I did not need a jump or a rage or anything like that. So really trying to heal early and often. I think I dropped the other one here and the last one right there. Excuse me. Everything was going great. Not getting the value for this and not eliminating this entire little section right here really hurt me. Because at the end, the hogs had to come up this way. Oh, I forgot to mention, there is a lava hound in the CC, and clearly I knew that, so I wanted to keep my queen away from that lava hound, let her do her own thing. If the lava hound focused on the golem, the king, the hogs didn't care as long as it stayed away from my queen. But what happened was, because all of this wasn't dead, which was initially the plan, to have a golem, 4 or 5 wizards, and the king go in there and take all of that section out, the hogs ended up wrapping back around and sort of meeting up with the queen as she came through. Obviously, that leads to the queen getting onto the lava hound, taken away from her time, and the only thing that ends up being left is the king's altar and the king himself. He takes out my last few hogs, and I just did not have enough cleanup time. That dreaded 99% 2-star. I will let you guys watch it, and we'll come back to the drawing board. All right, here we go with the attack. Dropping those minions down, just wanted to get those trash buildings taken away. Obviously, they were completely safe there, so give them, 4 or 5 seconds to take that out. Don't think it would have made the difference had I even went ahead and dropped here, but maybe, you never know. I mean, it was very close at the end. Drop the queen down, drop the healers, and just let them start working her way in. Everything goes down pretty much on the right time. That builder hut goes down, and then that collector, which means there's absolutely no way the queen's going to wrap around on me. She's going the direction I wanted to. The Tesla pops. That giant bomb spot gets eliminated, and she continues her walk around. So right here, already dropping the golem down, getting the wizards down to create the funnel there. Excuse me. You see the queen coming out and starting to put damage on that golem. Should have dropped the king a little earlier here, let him start beating on that storage or something as well. Because again, not having, there's no splash damage here. Having this wall breaker fail was terrible. I'll drop the wall breakers. They target that that wizard instead of the king coming in, and then take out my wall breakers, and then that's it. Everything's dead except for the king, so everything's focused on him. He's beating on the wall. It's almost down. Go ahead and use the ability. Gets through, takes out the queen, and then I drop a few hogs in here, just trying to improvise because of the fact that I knew that the king was going to go down, but nothing else was. So while everything was beating on the king, get a few hogs in there, try to get a few of those defenses down. Would love to have had those hogs at the end of the raid, though. Right here, the hogs coming in from the top. You see the lava hound getting on them. No big deal. They're standing in heal with the ability to bring 4 heal spells. It really made a big difference. Just keeping them healed up, and then a few hogs in on that mortar. That's just a travel time thing over there. Didn't want them having to work all the way out there. Help get down to there to that mortar, that air defense, and get them taken down quickly. So we got a little bit of a split on the hogs, but again, with 4 heals, not that big a deal. Can keep dropping heals, keep them up everywhere they go. The queen, you see, is wrapped around here and is meeting up. And I wish she'd have taken it out just a little bit quicker, because if the hogs did not have to go to this cannon right here, she's shooting at a wall right there for about 5 shots. Not sure why. If she'd have stepped up and took that cannon out, the hogs wouldn't have gone up there. The lava hound would not have followed them. This would have been a 3-star attack. They would have turned around and probably dealt with the king, and then the queen wouldn't have ever locked onto that lava hound. Instead, she does break through the wall, or go through the hole in the wall, comes over, locks onto the lava hound, starts chasing it. The hogs are running away. She starts beating on a wall again. It's just downhill from there. You see everything down. The CC's about to go down, but then the hogs target the king instead of that last building, because he's right there in front of them. He takes them all out, and that is that. The queen's still shooting at walls this attack. Air troops do weird things to a queen. They really, really do. They make her shoot at walls when they're sort of hovering beyond the wall, even when she can reach them. So that stinks, but it was a good attack. Just didn't get the job done. Let's go back to the drawing board and see how this one was cleaned up. All right, so Scorpion wins, comes in, cleans this up very nicely for me. This sort of war was that was the story with my attack. Someone doing the exact same thing, just not screwing it up, and that's exactly what Scorpion does here. He comes in with minions, drops them over here, takes that out. The queen, the 3 healers, everything is going to look exactly the same. Comes in with a golem. The one thing that he changed, and I think was incredibly smart, why I didn't do it that way, I really don't have a good explanation for. He just sort of shifts his funnel over a little bit, drops his golem more here, and wizards here and here, and just creates the funnel like right there, and drops his wall breakers on this flat part. Why I would choose to send my wall breakers on this jagged wall, when you know how wallbreaker AI is, I have no clue. But he sends it in on that flat spot, comes in, opens it up really, really easily. King goes right in, uses the ability. Just drops like 1 or 2 hogs just to help out on those defenses that are already targeting the golem, the king, all of that stuff. Takes it out, and then the same thing, comes in with his hogs, just heals early and often. Everything goes perfectly. Obviously saving those hogs at the start. The queen, I don't think, ever really gets locked onto the lava hound. Just everything goes much more smoothly. Just the same attack done better. So let's watch Scorpion do it the way it should have been done. All right, here we go with Scorpion's attack. Again, you're going to be sort of seeing deja vu here at the start of it. Does everything pretty much the exact same. Drops those minions down in just a moment. He does not drop them like I did. He put both of them on that barracks, which I actually think was probably a mistake, because one of them dies here before the collector goes down. So I think he would actually taken them down a little quicker, but maybe he just wanted that barracks down and didn't really care about this gold storage, which makes sense as well. So takes that down, drops the queen, drops the healers, lets her start walking around the base. Obviously the Tesla popping, all that's the same. But right here, she's on autopilot. He can let her go and forget worrying about it. He knows she's going to live. He saw my attack, knows she's going to go where she needs to. So that's all good. When he drops the golem down, you'll see again what I was talking about. He just shifts everything over a little bit, drops it more towards that archer tower, a few wizards there and a few up top to create that part of the funnel with that army camp. Even with something targeting it, it will take it out every time. And then look at that. Look how simple it is for the wall breakers there. Opens everything right up. The golem's 3/4 health by the time everything starts moving in. The queen takes it down a little bit more. It takes a little bit more fire. But right here, he can use that king's ability. Actually uses it a little bit late. I'm going to make a video about this. I've seen it enough times. I think I need to make a video about it. Uses that king's ability, takes the queen out, and then everything starts going in. The hogs, everything's coming in here, dropping them pretty much the same as I did. They start coming in. He knows where the bombs are, knows where the Teslas are. Starts dropping those heals. Could have dropped that left heal a little quicker. Lost probably 2 or 3 hogs there that he did not even have to. But no big deal. Sends them in. They start working their way down. Bombs are triggering. Everything at this point is great. You see the queen doing her thing down there. Still wrapping around the base. Still taking out trash and defenses. As the hogs come over, he's got the 2 heals left. So he can again just drop them everywhere, basically. Keep those hogs up. You see that the lava hound actually has just now gotten off with the golemites and all the barbs and all that was over there. He drops that poison down. Gets the last few defenses. And again, right here, the queen just sort of stayed. I mean, she starts working on this wall, wanting to get to that. But again, because of that wall breaker placement up there, look how much farther away she is. She can't lock onto the lava hound here. So she is just going to beat on a wall. And the hounds target the king, or excuse me, the hogs target the king. The hound stays on the hogs, and everything is well. You see just one more building to take care of after that CC goes down, and that is a wrap. even with no heal, no anything on those hogs, that Lava Hound means very, very little. So excellent attack, Scorpion. Way to do it the correct way. Don't you love these attacks with one little thing like that? One little mistake makes the difference. I do. I hope you guys do as well. Hope you enjoyed the video. Until next time, Jake from One Hive, doing my best to help you guys suck less.